this out. If this is a chart based upon growth, it's extremely difficult to grow your leadership base more than 10% a year. And when I mean leadership, I mean this. People on your team that exhibit these things. I've never seen it in 33 years, a company that could grow their leadership by more than 10% per year. Now, how many of you are either growing at a higher rate than 10% or your company is growing at a higher rate than 10%? Put the number 10 into the comments if that's happening within your organization. Let me see. All right? Lots of you. So here's what happens. The leadership is growing at 10% max, but the sales are growing at 30%. Okay, this is leadership. This is sales. Revenue is growing at 30%. So it's like a stock that is going crazy, the price is going up, but the fundamentals underneath that stock are not sustainable because the real business is down here. Would you agree that your real business is based upon your leadership? Would you agree with that? The leadership on your team? The rest is just hype and promo and excitement and passion. But when the passion dies, you've got to have some fundamentals. You can go run around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to keep everybody motivated and excited, but at some point, it's got to fall down to the level of leadership. True? All right. So if sales are growing, 2-3 years at 30%, and your leadership line is 10%, what has to happen? What has to happen? Either the leadership needs to grow up, or the sales are going to do what? Come down. And it's natural, it's normal. See, this right here is what I call the leadership gap. This gap right here is what we deal with all the time inside of network marketing. We deal with this leadership gap. Now, here's the funny thing about it. We want to create a gap. Promotion, acceleration, challenges, events, everything else. And then we want to close the gap. Bring the leadership up. Then we want to create a gap, and then we want to close the gap. Some of you need to create a gap with acceleration, momentum, challenges, excitement, a 90-day run. A 90-day run creates a gap. Those people aren't all leaders that you're going to bring in. They're all newbies. They're looking to you. 90-day run creates a gap, and then, okay, we're going to fill the gap. Taking 2022 and crushing it creates a gap, and then, all right, we're going to fill the gap. Got it? This is the name of the game. Now, if you don't recognize this, then when this sales number all of a sudden comes down or plateaus, everybody panics. Everybody freaks out. And it's the funniest thing. When a company is in momentum, okay? When a company is momentum, I've been doing this for 33 years, okay? I've worked with masterminds and top leaders and companies for 33 years. I know what I'm talking about. I have a view that you don't have. I see things that you don't see. And I will just tell you, when a company's in momentum, here's what happens. Number one, all the leaders think they're geniuses. They all think that they're unbelievable, amazing rock stars, and they all think that they're reinventing network marketing. They're not paying any attention to developing leaders, really. They don't listen to anybody. They look down their nose at the companies that aren't in momentum. Right? How many times have you ever seen this? Anybody ever seen this? They all think they're rock stars. They all think they're perfect. And then something happens. Something happens. They get bad press, or somebody leaves and joins another company, or they change the compensation plan, or they change the formula in the product. And then all of a sudden, what was easy is not easy. Now it becomes work. This is work now. What in the world? I work with a company that went from $3 million in sales one year to $300 million in sales the next year. 3 million to 300 million. All of these leaders thought they were geniuses. And in truth, most of them didn't even know how it happened. They're just like, I guess I'm really must be a genius. I must be. Because how else could I make in this $10,000? You know, I'm a superstar, I guess. And the next year, they went from 300 million to 450 million. They only grew 50%, and everybody thought it was over. Oh man, I have to work so much harder now in order to be able to grow my business. It's just, it's just not like it was last year. They must have changed the formula. Then the next year, they didn't grow at all. They stayed the same, which was, in truth, one of the healthiest things that could ever happen for the organization. They needed to have some time to kind of settle in and develop some leaders. But because they were not mature in leadership, what ended up happening, everybody said it's over. People went into retirement, number one, in the field. Number two, everybody started writing books and creating new projects and doing little side hustles. Everybody went on strike, kind of. Like, I'm going to sit here until the company gets it right. When they get back growing again, then I'm going to go back to work. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sit at home and wait for things to turn around. Well, guess what happened? It didn't turn around. A bunch of people ended up doing something else. Now, the company's back in momentum now, but here's what I got to tell you about momentum. Momentum's a fickle thing. Have you ever had momentum in your company? Raise your hands if you've ever had momentum in your company. Come on, be honest. How long did it last? Put into the comments. When you think back on it, how long did it last? How long? 2 years? 3 months? 1 to 2 years? 3 years? A few months? 2? I found it's typically, on average, if you average it all out, it's typically about 18 months. It's easy during those 18 months, and then it's hard again. And then we hit momentum, it's easy, and then it's hard again. How do you manage? Here's what I want to ask you this. How do you manage building a team and keeping up with what's working in the world right now? Because things are changing. Things are adapting in a super radical way. How are you keeping up with what's working in the world right now? How are you learning the new skills when you get to new levels? How are you dealing with egos showing up on your team? How are you staying in great relationship with your upline or with the company? How are you navigating change within your organization? How are you dealing with new product launches or new strategies? How are you pivoting using technology in a pandemic season around the world? How are you developing skills within your organization? How are you baking in personal development within your team? How are you teaching people how to become more promoter focused versus just inviter or announcer focused? How are you doing all this? Who do you go to? When you're having a bad day, who do you go to? You know what I found in leadership? It's kind of lonely. Those of you leaders now, phase 2 and phase 3 people, raise your hand if you're a phase 2 and phase 3 person. Okay? Dennis will tell you, Janet will tell you. There's almost no one you can talk to. when you're having a bad day? Who can you talk to? You can't give it to your downline. You can't go brainstorm with your downline, how should we move forward, guys? What do you think? That's going to scare them to death. Can't go to your upline. Can't go to your cross line and brainstorm some solution to a problem or even tell them that there's a problem. You can't even go to your company. Because you going to the company is going to scare them. Oh boy, I don't know if Janet's solid. I don't know if she's really going to take us into the future here. I'm not sure. Who do you talk to? You've got to find a mastermind. You've got to find a peer group. You have to find someone that has gone and learned a piece of it. You might have learned an amazing, Carolina, you might have learned a piece of this that nobody else knows. And you can bring that to the mastermind. Somebody else has learned another piece that you don't know. And they can bring that to you. You've got to get yourself in a peer group. You have to get yourself in a peer group that will push you. Now, for most of you level 1 people that came here, and the fact that you're here tells me a lot about you. It tells me that you're hungry. It tells me that you're willing. It tells me that you're coachable. It tells me that you're ready for a better future. Now you got to make a decision and get yourself in a peer group and in an environment where you can grow faster. That's what Accelerator is going to do for you. Now for you level 2 people, we've created a mastermind, a perfect environment for you to be able to learn and grow faster. Learn and grow faster. Here's why the mastermind exists. Here's why the GoPro masterminds exist. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, right? Phase 1, we want to help you. But phase 2 and phase 3 is a different skill set, and we want you to be solid and have a peer group to be able to grow. Is getting my monitors ready? Somehow, some way? Oh, they're loading stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll get here in a second. I'm going to tell you about 2 things. A next level mastermind. Next level mastermind. For those of you in phase 2, 6 figures and above. And here's the thing. No matter how hungry you are, you have to be a 6-figure earner to be a part of this. Okay? You have to prove it to us because it's a different conversation. I don't care how hungry you are. If you're hungry and you're not at 6 figures, you've got to get an accelerator and get that 6-figure thing done. But if you're already at 6 figures and you want to go on that path to 7 figures, then Mastermind is ready for you. This is the next level Mastermind. And I think we have a little video that shows what we did for this last year. I'll play that video. It's 1 minute long. Check it out.
Yeah, we come from nothing. Yeah, we see the stars. We tryna fly out to Venus and Mars. Who gon' stop me now? Oh Lord, I won't stop for nothing, cause I want it all. That's why I grind until I fall. Oh y'all, one thing I won't do is let you tell me that I can't be great. Can't be great. One thing I won't do is let you tell me this ain't my fate. Ain't my fate. One thing I won't do is let you tell me that I can't be great. Can't be great. One thing I won't do is let you tell me this ain't my fate. Ain't my fate.
Just gives you a little flavor of what that's all about. It's a gathering of great minds. It's a gathering of great minds. So check this out. The next level mastermind. Let me tell you what the next level mastermind is. This is for six-figure earners and above. You have to be a 6-figure earner to even apply for this. There's two different 2-day mastermind events, either at our house or here at the studio. One in the spring, one in the fall. One in the spring, one in the fall. I'll give you the dates, write these down. April 21st and 22nd is the one for this year in the spring. September 15th and 16th is in the fall. And we purposely did these midweek so it wouldn't interrupt what's going on with different events happening on weekends, and you guys can afford it. So April 21st, go back on that other slide, April 21st and 22nd, September 15th and 16th. That's Next Level Mastermind. Second, because this skill is about duplication and promotion, I focus with this group on duplication strategies, systems, tools, insights, what's working right now to create more duplication around the organization, because duplication is going to be necessary for you to go from that 6 figures to 7 figures. You've got to figure that duplication piece out. And promotion. Most people don't realize that promotion is the skill that will bust you up to $1 million. Once you get the duplication figured out, promotion, you got to become a world-class promoter. So this whole program, number one, you get two of those. You get a monthly duplication and promotion training with me, and we're going to mastermind together in order, this is an environment for you to be able to grow. Inside of this membership, we actually give you 2 GoPro Accelerator memberships. 2. One for you, and one for a key person on your team. You can have one for you, one for a key person on your team. You can sell that to them, you can have a contest, you can do whatever you'd like to do for that second GoPro Accelerator membership. So if you've been thinking, should I get Accelerator or should I get Next Level Mastermind? If you get Next Level Mastermind, you get Accelerator. That's complimentary. And you can have your spouse or business partner in the same distributorship, so long as, you can't bring a friend into Next Level Mastermind, but you can bring your spouse, of course, and you can bring a business partner if you're sharing in the distributorship. That's all fine, okay? So this is a lot of value, and it's an amazing experience. You can do this for $24,997 or 12 monthly payments of $24.97. If you're a 6-figure earner, this is the fastest path I know to get you to 7 figures. Fastest path I know is get involved in this environment. And I will tell you, this group averages, if you want to be around a group of winners, this group averages like $700,000 plus per year. So if you're at 6 figures, you need to be in this group and learning from this group of people, okay? GoProMastermind.com. You probably have a button in your dashboard if you want to be a part of this, or just lock in your spot by making an initial deposit. Let me tell you about Apex Mastermind. We've been asked by the $1 million earners, the $1 million a year earners, please create a mastermind just for us, because it's a different group, it's a different skill set, it's a different mindset. There's so much that you need to do and learn. So we created this thing called Apex Mastermind. This is the first time it's ever announced. This is not for tourists. You have to prove that you're a $1 million earner in order to be able to even be eligible. Okay, so for most of you, just listen to this from an aspirational sense. Some of you who are at level 1 say, you know what, I'm doing Accelerator now, but as soon as I get to that 6 figures, I'm getting into the Next Level Mastermind. And when I get into that 7 figures, I'm going to be part of that elite group. Who's ready to be in the Apex Mastermind? Who's ready to qualify for that? Right? Apex Mastermind for $1 million earners and above only. You can access the Next Level Mastermind. So if you're in Apex, you can access all the Next Level Mastermind stuff. There's 2 private 2-day masterminds at our residence here in Las Vegas, spring and fall, only for $1 million earners and above. There's 1 3-day mastermind exotic destination We'll go to places like the Bahamas, we'll go to Necker Island, we'll go to the south of France, we'll go to Cabo, we'll go someplace as a group of $1 million earners and mastermind together. There's once a month leadership mastermind online meeting. So this group is going to get together once a month for a deep dive on a high level leadership topic, a deep dive. So we got a wealth building workshop that's bonused into here because we don't want people to just have cash flow in network marketing. We want them to create generational wealth. So high net worth tax, investment strategies, we want people to turn their money in and put work clothes on it and get it working for them. Take their income. Like we have one gentleman in our organization, he's earned about $20 million over the course of his career, but his net worth is over $40 million because he paid attention to the cash flow coming into his business and he made it work for him. He has got strong strategies to do it. We're going to be having GoPro speakers and trainers are going to be picked from this mastermind. So if you want a chance, outside of a panel or some sort of example, if you want to have first kind of option for our different events, we'll be picking them from this group. And the same thing with spouse or business partners, same distributorship, all comes with this. This is 3 payments of $24,997 or 1 payment of $50,000, $49,997 if you're $1 million earner, okay? So accelerators included, next level masterminds included, everything's included. You're like, in the coolest membership club in the world is the Apex Mastermind, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I always learn something. We're always learning from each other. It's spectacular. So it's a really simple decision for all of you. First of all, are you ready to take your life to the next level? That's the first question. If you're ready, if you're $1 million earner, you need to be part of Apex Mastermind. It's the most exclusive and the most powerful group in network marketing history. We're going to liberate the entire world as a group, and we're going to raise our game and raise the standards, and we're going to share ideas together in order to be able to impact all of the companies that we represent. If you're a 6-figure earner, you need to consider the next level mastermind. Matter of fact, you need to do more than consider. You just need to do it. You need to be in a peer group that's going to push you to do greater things. Some of you have just been coasting and you don't know how to get to that next level. You're trying to figure it out. The next level mastermind will help you do that. Proximity to greatness, connection with smart people, learning how to duplicate and promote on a higher level. Next level mastermind is going to help you do that. And for everybody else, I don't care if you just signed up yesterday. If I could go back in time to the first day that I signed up, okay? I had no money, just mind you, I had no money. I had ambition, but I had no money. I had to ask my dad to loan me the money to sign up in my network marketing business. But if I could go back in time to that young man and say, son, move heaven and earth. And if Accelerator existed back then, which it didn't, if it existed, I would do anything possible. Some of you sitting on student loan debt that is not serving you. You know what I mean? But this $10,000 to unlock your potential, it should be an automatic for you. It should be an automatic. If I could go back in time and give my younger version of myself any advice, the $15 million I earned in the field would have been $100 million. Literally, and no kidding. And more than that, I would have saved 5 years of pain. I literally went through 5 years of pain. Would you trade $10,000 for eliminating 5 years of pain? I would. I would. I don't want to go through that anymore. I want to be able to change my life. So look, it should be an automatic for you. Accelerator, go into your back office, click on the button, go get your questions answered. If you're a six-figure earner, next level mastermind, go to GoProMastermind.com, or unless there's a button in your dashboard, which there might be. And if you're $1 million earner, join us in the Apex Mastermind. And for everybody else, I want you to think about, I can't wait till I can get in the next one. I can't wait till I can get in the next one, because it's going to unlock my future. All right? So we got about 17 minutes before we start the official day 3, and man, do we have a day 3 for you. We've got Dean Graziosi. I'm going to give you a couple different trainings. We're going to hear from Jesse Lee Ward. We got a badass women's panel. Whole bunch of other things over the course of this day. Lock yourself in, get yourself stretched out and ready to go, and we'll get started in about 15 minutes. Really proud of you. Love you all. Thanks for joining me in this little leadership breakfast.